I'm Tim Telecki from InOut Labs. So what is the FMCSA Clearinghouse? The FMCSA Clearinghouse is a centralized online database containing records of DOT FMCSA drug and alcohol program violations. FMCSA is the federal agency that regulates CDL drivers. Those are mainly truck drivers and bus drivers. So the clearinghouse will effectively replace the 3-year drug test history check that employers are required to make. So if you are an employer of CDL drivers, then you are required to register. If you're an owner-operator, you're required to register. Also, MROs and SAPs need to register. And just to qualify on the owner-operators, it's not just single driver companies. If you are the owner of the company and you are a driver, you are subject to the same clearinghouse rules as a driver or an owner who is the only driver. So that means you'll also have to select a CTPA. Now, CDL drivers, you're not required to register up front, but if you ever want to change jobs, the new employer is going to need you in the database. It's better to register for the clearinghouse now and get it over with. Now, the clearinghouse does not take effect until January 6th, 2020. But if you register now, then you'll be ahead of the game a little bit, because when it gets here, people are going to be busy and it's going to be a little bit crazy. Imagine when all these large trucking companies are querying the database and all these people are registering at the same time. Get ahead before the site gets overwhelmed. So how do we use this clearinghouse? Well, basically it's for queries and reporting. So there are 2 types of queries. There's a limited query and a full query. And there are 2 times when an employer will perform a query. One is a pre-employment query, which is going to be a full query. And then there's also an annual query where every single driver in the company has to, you have to do an annual query. And in many cases, that's just going to be a spreadsheet upload to check everybody to make sure that their records are clear. So in a very simplistic description, a limited query is just a check of the database to see if any records exist for a driver or a group of drivers. If something exists, it's going to require you to get a full query, which gives you the details, and there's a different type of consent that you need to get that. But the limited query is not going to give you any details, but it will tell you if somebody's record is clear. So where do you get these queries? Well, you get to buy them. You get to buy them from the FMCSA. They're $1.25 each, and you'll need to buy enough of them to handle an annual query of all your existing drivers, and also enough to cover any new hires in the next 12 months. At a minimum, if you have 50 drivers and you hire 10 new ones a year, you're going to want to at least have 60. It's better to have a few extra ones in your account. Now, reporting. What gets reported to the clearinghouse? Well, violations, including a failed drug test, a refusal to test, or actual knowledge. We have a blog post and another video on actual knowledge, so it's really important that you understand what that is, because it's an important thing. It's always been there, it's always been part of the regulations, but it becomes even more relevant now with the clearinghouse reporting. Also reported to the clearinghouse is a negative return to duty test. That's the only negative result that gets reported to the clearinghouse. And then you would also report completion of the follow-up process. Completion of the follow-up process is basically what happens is after a driver has violated, let's say, failed a drug test, completed the SAP consultation, and the return to duty test, and the follow-up testing, which can last up to 5 years. Once that process is complete, that gets reported to the clearinghouse. So there's an awful lot to absorb, and I've just barely touched the surface here. And this is my business, and I've spent a lot of time studying it, and I'll tell you, it takes time. The good news is you can do most of the stuff yourself. If you want to, but it's our belief that once you understand everything involved, you might not want to do it yourself. So for InOut Labs clients, we are offering clearinghouse support if you choose to have us help you with it. Because navigating the clearinghouse reporting and all that stuff is going to take some time and attention that you might want to spend elsewhere. For now, it's clients only. So if you see the link below, you're welcome to become one of our clients, and then we can help you. Certainly, if you have any questions, we're happy to send you a link or something, even if you're not a client. But the support for actually helping you out with reporting inquiries and this and that, that's for InOut Labs clients only. So if you want to be a client, you can check out the link below, or just go to inoutlabs.com and you can register there. Something else to think about too, because not every consortium manager, random testing program manager, is equipped to help you with the clearinghouse. So if your consortium manager is not prepared to help you, this is a great time to make a switch. Many professional CTPAs will be able to help, but many occupational health, immediate care clinics, hospitals, and even web-based consortium providers are not prepared to help you. Many of them aren't even telling you what the requirements are, because I'm not sure they want to make that part of their business. So it's going to be up to you as the employer to decide if you want help or not. For those of you who join an InOut Labs consortium in the fourth quarter, you actually get all of the next year. So you're joining for 2020 if you join now, but you're not paying for the extra month or two by signing up early. So if you're under contract now and you just don't want to feel like you're double paying, you're not. You join now and we would take over January 1st. So there really isn't a big advantage to waiting till January. Just get it done now, and we're happy to help you for all of next year. For general information on the clearinghouse as it applies to employers and to drivers, go to inoutlabs.com/clearinghouse, or to learn more about the support that we provide for our clients, go to inoutlabs.com/clearinghouse support. I'm Tim Teleke from InOut Labs. Give us a call.